this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a test using Selenium in Python. Before you get moving, you have to have a number of things set up. First thing you have to have set up is you have to have the correct Chrome driver installed for your version of Chrome. The website is chromedriver.chromium.org, downloads, and you see there are a variety of versions. To know which version you need, go to Help, About in Chrome, and see what number you have. I have 95, so it means I need to download 95. Once you download it, extract it, copy it to some folder on your machine. I have mine in my C drive under Selenium. Put it anywhere you want. I have Chrome driver and 96 there. I also have the Gecko driver for Firefox if you want to use that instead. Alright, so that's set up. Now you also need to have Selenium installed for Python. In any prompt, run this command, py or python, depending how your system's set up, -m, pip install Selenium. Mine is already installed, so it should go pretty quickly, but this will take a minute to install. Once you have those two set up, you got one more thing you have to pull off. This folder, C:/Selenium, it has to be accessible by Python, which means it has to be in your path. In Windows, that means go into Settings and searching for environment variables. If I can type. You're going to find your path, you're going to edit it, and you see mine is already here. But the way I put that is browse and go find it. And it puts it in there. Once you have it in there, hit OK, OK, close here, close any browsers you have open to make sure the path updates. Any editors and any terminals. And now Chrome driver should be there. I run Chrome driver and it starts. Okay, so now let's start writing some code. We need several imports. From Selenium, we need to import WebDriver. This is what allows us to connect to and control Chrome. The keys allows you to do things like hit Control and Shift and Enter. I'm not going to use it in this video, but it's very helpful to have. Watch the case on that by there. It's capital BY. By we're going to use with find element to find the objects on the screen. And then you, of course, need unit test. Okay, so you're now going to set up your class. And you'll need at least 3 methods. Here you're creating the browser. And I'm going to pick Chrome because I like Chrome. I'm also having problems with the Gecko driver. I'm not sure what they are. You can do whatever you need to in this teardown. Teardown runs after the class. I like to close my browser here. And now we're going to create tests. You may have as many tests as you want, but they have to be named def test underscore. And it's in here that we do all the heavy lifting. At the very minimum, we're going to connect to a URL. And the URL we use today is from Guru99. It is Demo Guru 99 test login, and it's a simple login. Doesn't have any intelligence. It just simply goes to the next page. So I'm going to copy that URL. I'm going to go back to Python, and get opens that particular page. So I post it in there. All right, so get will open that page. Oh, looks like I forgot a colon up here. So now we need to put in the main. I'm going to make the self call itself. Those are all 2 underscores. So this is called a class. All right, so this is our basic structure for test. You import a variety of toys, you create a class, you have a setup, you have a teardown, and then you have a bunch of tests, named whatever you want. It's inside of here, like we said, we do our heavy lifting. Let's see what happens when we run. Chrome opens, the page is there, and then it closes down. So I'm doing good. So let's now do some real work on our tests. So I create a nice realistic test here. Basically what we're going to have to do is we have to get the name of this, the name of this, the name of this button, and some file figuring out that that works. So in order to get these guys, I'm going to right click whatever I'm going to look at, I'm going to pick inspect. And when I come over to view over here, it shows me the ID of the object and the name of the object. I can use those. Not everything has IDs and names, and now you'll see that in a couple minutes. We can use other tools like XPath or CSS location or class. Okay, so I know that this is called ID, and this one is called password, PASSWD. Remember, right-click and inspect that, and you see that. And the button, which is sometimes hard to click because you click it, the button is called Submit Login, capital S, capital L. All right, so you have that information. I'm going to come back to my code. I'm going to create variables for these. Now I'm going to initially do it the old way, which is using these functions, find element by ID, and I put in your email. This works, but this is deprecated. The suggested way is to find element. The reason they're doing this is it looks more like Java Selenium. Make sure you get the names right, including the cases. Selenium tends to be case sensitive. Okay, so we have our objects. Now we need to do something with these objects. On our page, we're going to put some stuff here, and click the button. When I click the button, we will then want to check to see it says successfully logged in. So I will do exactly what it says there. I'm going to send some keys. Send an email address. Do not send anything real here. Send a nice simple password, and then I'll click the button. This automates my form. And as we saw, when we click that button, we should be taken here. I want to verify that successfully logged in appears there now, so I'm going to right click that and inspect it. I see it's an H3, and I'll see it doesn't have a name. So without an ID, it's harder to make this stuff happen. So what we do is you right click and we do copy and we pick copy full XPath. Right click the object you want to copy, copy full XPath. The XPath is a XML language that will describe precisely in the DOM where this object is. They're not fun to build, but they are very useful. So I'll pick by XPath this time, and there's the full XPath. If you look at it, it makes sense. Go into the HTML, go into body, find the second div, then find two divs under that and find that H3. You could walk back to the HTML and build that, but it's much easier to copy it. XPaths will always get you to an object, so if you can't find it, it's not working, use an XPath. And now we have the actual test logic. Recall you want to compare the expected versus the actual. So I expected to see make sure you spell everything correctly here. It's embarrassing when your test fails because you spell something wrong. So I expect to see that actual is what's on the page. So I use the text property to pull that out. There's a variety of properties, including CSS. And then I'll run the assert. Several asserts you can run. Assert in allows you to compare parts of strings. Assert equal compares strings. A variety of choices. So I'm going to pick equal. And it wants three objects. The expected, the actual, and then a message to the user. I like to tell my messages, tell my users what we're seeing. I see I spelled expected wrong up here. Alright, let's see if it works. So it's not an H2, it's an H3. Run it. Boom, it automates. And we see I'm being yelled at about that and find element by ID, but hey, everything passed. So let's see what happens when it fails. Let's lose the dots. So expected successfully logged in. You know there are dots there. Run this Python. Automates, boom, it is. And then it says login string is incorrect. That's my message. And it shows us what the difference is. So we can see where the discrepancy is. Alright, so with this basic structure, you can build any test you want in Python. Good luck.